Everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampACrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today. We have a super simple, quick, but cute card. We're going to be using the Flowering Meadow bundle. I'm also using a couple of the dies from the Forever Florals dies. I'm just using these two right here to cut my frame and then a layer. Okay, I think the only other thing I'm using is the 3-banner punch because I love this thing. I use this in every class, so it's just really been great. Okay, so we are going to bring in our supplies. I am using the Velvet Meadow designer paper. Now we have some designer paper sale on select designer papers and cardstock that is going to be starting in, I think, August 4th through the month of August. So really good deal. This paper is gorgeous. This is just one of the patterns, but it has this beautiful white flocking on it. So when you touch it, it's raised and it's just really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm using Bubble Bath for my card base. And I love this with the pinks. I have a piece of Berry Burst, and I will put the measurements on my blog, but this is going to layer on here, which is why I cut my larger layer out of the Berry Burst, so we don't have to waste extra cardstock. Then I cut the smaller label out of Basic White, and that's what we're going to do our stamping on. Okay, and then I've used this little punch from the banner punch for our sentiment. So let's grab our colors. I'm using Berry Burst, and I'm using Moss Lagoon because it's a nice soft green to go with the green that's on the paper. But I'm going to stamp my Berry Burst first. So I'm going to stamp these flowers, and I'm stamping these first because I want to make sure I get all the flowers on here. If I put my stem too high, my flowers might go off. So I'm just going to put this, I'm going to stamp this first. I think I need to angle that just to, well, it felt like something was on there. Hold on. I have a gem stuck to it. There's a rhinestone stuck to my flower. Can I fix that? Hold on. Let me see if I can just fix that one flower. Just gonna put a little ink on that one flower. Let's see if I can line it up. I do have extra if I need it. It's okay. We'll just go with that. Okay. Then we have a Just Because. So this is a nice little all-purpose card, and that gave me ink on my finger. So let's flip that and just stamp Just Because. And then we can use our leaves here. Okay, so we have a group of stems, and we just need to line this up. So I'm looking at kind of this lower one, and then this one right here has a little gap over the flower. Let's see. It's going to be a little bit of an angle. Yeah, that's the problem. I did it too much of an angle. We're just going to go for it. That's pretty close. And then we have these leaves. And so I'm going to use these leaves to kind of cover up anything that's not perfect. I'll do a little bit like that. Okay. Now, we'll do a little assembly. And well, look at that pretty gem. It's Berry Burst now. It was rhinestone, but now it's Berry Burst. I might have to save that for later. I'm gonna lay this down because I did put glue all over the back of this, even though we've got a hole in the middle. So I'm gonna put that down, and then I'm going to tie this bubble bath ribbon around it. Okay, while I'm tying this, just want to remind you that when you place an order for $50 with me online, you're going to receive a kit of that month's card class projects for free. So make sure to click subscribe. You don't miss out on future videos. And I just had, I think my newsletter went out today. So if you're not on my newsletter, you can subscribe as well. So you get news of when we have our sales, special events, that type of thing. I'm a little gluey on the back, so we're going to just kind of trim the ends here. Make sure it's over far enough and get that centered. And then we can adhere this to the card front. All right. Now this is a bit smaller than what I would normally do for a layer. But of course, measurements and all of that will be on my blog. So I'm going to take this larger banner, I'm going to pop it under there, right in the center. Okay, then we're going to pop this one up. I'm going to find where I stuck my dimensionals here. And then pop it up on top over the ribbon. So the big one was under the ribbon. And then we're also going to pop up this little banner. I'm just going to grab a piece of the edge. And pop this up right about here. And we're going to grab our clear rhinestones that have not been dipped in Berry Burst ink, because I want them to stand out just a little bit extra. And we're going to put one in each of these open flowers. Well, I'm going to put it right here. That's what happens when you get a gem on your stamp before you stamp it. So isn't that just a sweet little card, perfect for, you know, any occasion. It's a very pretty good well card. I'm not going to stamp the inside because I've got just because, and that could go for a lot of different occasions. So I hope you enjoyed this project today. Make sure to check back on my website on August 4th for our 15% off select designer paper and cardstock sale. That's a good deal. We rarely have our cardstock on sale, so it's a great time to stock up. All right, thanks everybody for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.